Hello class, here is our health lesson. So guys, let's get started. So guys, as far as we have the coronavirus pandemic, I couldn't fail reminding that a very important moment of keeping safe. And first moment is, I'm sure you know that, but I will repeat it once again. So, first moment, wash your hands very carefully, like this. Okay, second one, guys, it's important, it's very important. Don't forget to wear your masks. Like this. Here is the mask. Here is the mask. Huh? Recognize it. So, put it on and we're safe. Good. And the last one. Keep social distance. Don't come too close to people. Stay away. Here you go. So, now you got the basic principles. Let's go to our lesson. So guys, let's get started with our new lesson. And the topic of our new lesson is the circulatory system. So, but first, let's consider the importance of the circulatory system and its main function. Okay, read the text with me, listen to my voice, and try to remember the information. The circulatory system helps to transport blood, water, nutrients, oxygen, and other substances to all parts of our body. Okay, now let's consider parts of the circulatory system. First, and the most important part of the circulatory system is our heart. Exactly this organ, which you can see right here in the middle of the screen. Our heart. So, what is our heart and why do we need it? So, the heart is responsible for pumping blood to all parts of the body. The heart is divided in 4 chambers. It's the upper right. I'll do it this way. Okay, the heart is divided into 4 chambers. The upper right, it's right here. You can see it. The upper left, right here. Lower right, right here. And lower left, right here. So, this is what our heart consists of. Now guys, let's flip our books to the next page and learn more attentively different parts of the circulatory system. Take your finger and I hope it's gonna work. Bang! Okay. So, the next part of our circulatory system is blood. I hope you know what blood is. So, and what is it made up of? It's made up of 3 main parts. First part is red blood cells. So, what are red blood cells? Let's learn. Red blood cells make up most of the blood in our bodies. They contain hemoglobin that makes our blood red. Our blood is red because it has a lot of red blood cells. And the function of red blood cells is to transport oxygen, which we breathe in, oxygen and red blood cells take the oxygen and transfer it all over the body to different parts of our body. Then they take carbon dioxide from our organs, from all parts of our body, and transfer it back to our lungs. And thus we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. Like this, oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. This happens because of red blood cells. I hope it's clear. If it is not clear, read the text one more time or try to translate it using your laptops or your cell phones. Right? I hope so. Well, our second part of our blood is white blood cells. So, what do we have about white blood cells? White blood cells are larger than red blood cells, but there are less of them. For example, many of red blood cells and just a few of white blood cells. This is the difference in the quantity. And their function is to remove harmful bacteria and helping the immune system. In other words, here is a bacteria that wants to bite you on the inside. Bad bacteria. And here is the white blood cell. When they meet together, the white blood cell takes the bacteria down. So the bacteria is down. Bang. This is the main function of white blood cells. Let's go next. And the next one is blood platelets. What are blood platelets? So, blood platelets have an important role in helping blood clotting. For example, you take your finger, you take a knife and you cut your finger with a knife. Bang! Seriously, don't do that on a purpose, but accidentally it may happen. One for knife, finger, bam! Your finger starts bleeding. The blood comes out of your finger and goes down. Because all your finger is covered with blood. But with time, gradually, finger stops bleeding. It bleeds less, and then it stops. And it doesn't bleed anymore. This is the function of blood platelets. To help blood clotting. When it stops bleeding, blood is clotting. This is the function of blood platelets. I hope it's clear. Then let's go down to types of our blood vessels. But first, let's try to understand what are blood vessels. Blood vessels are tubes that transport blood around the body. And there are three types of blood vessels. First type is arteries. Arteries are blood vessels that take oxygenated blood out from the lower left chamber of the heart and transfer it to capillaries and to all parts of the body. Second type is veins. Veins are blood vessels that take blood containing carbon dioxide from the capillaries and from all over the body. They take blood which is rich with carbon dioxide and transfer it to upper right chamber of the heart. And in order to be passed on to the lungs. I hope you remember this process. When we breathe in, oxygen comes into our lungs and through heart and arteries, it goes around our body. Then the blood, rich with carbon dioxide, comes back through veins to the upper right chamber of the heart, and then it gets breathed out like this. Okay, well done. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so the next and the last type of our blood vessels is capillaries. What are capillaries? We have already arteries that transfer the oxygenated blood from our heart to all parts of our body, and we have veins that transfer the blood rich with carbon dioxide from all parts of our body back to our lungs. And here we have some weird capillaries. Why do we need them? Let's figure out. Capillaries are very small blood vessels that connect the veins and the arteries. For example, here is going the vein, here is going the artery. The artery brings oxygenated blood, and the vein takes the blood rich with carbon dioxide and brings it back. But they have to get connected between each other. And this is the first function of capillaries, because it divides into a very big quantity of capillaries. They go like a network all around the body. The blood comes from here, and gradually it gets to the vein and being transferred back to lungs. And capillaries are responsible for transferring oxygenated blood received from the arteries, as I explained just now, to all parts of the body, and then returning the blood containing carbon dioxide back to the veins. Oxygenated blood all over the body, and blood containing carbon dioxide, like this. Oxygenated, carbon dioxide, and back to her. This is the function of capillaries. Over. Now guys, let's go next. Well guys, now let's get down to the part which you dislike the most, I'm sure. But there is no way to avoid it. And the part is called homework. Here on this screen, you can see your homework. So now I'll just make my portrait a bit smaller. And now let's consider our homework. Here, you have to match the parts of the circulatory system in the list on the left. Here, that is with their job on the right part, by writing the correct letter in the oval. Like this. You read the description of function of the part of the circulatory system. Carries oxygenated blood from the lower left chamber of the heart to all parts of the body. And here we start thinking, teacher Sam was telling something about some part of our circulatory system carries oxygenated blood from the lower chamber and somewhere else. What is that? And now we have the clue word. The clue word is oxygenated blood. What carries oxygenated blood? And carrier for oxygenated blood is our artery. Artery. Thus, we put letter C here and we get a point. Good. We're done with question number 1. Now, you will go and do the same things with all the rest questions. Can you handle it? I'm sure you can. So guys, have a good luck. Thank you for attending the lesson. And don't be late on the next one. Have a nice day. Bye.